Right folks, it's been too long. The return of Andy Ragg's YouTube channel begins now. Right gang, I can't say we're back out because that's somebody else's catchphrase. I say gang, I just need to figure out where we're going. I think we need to be down there. Right, it's been too long. I've been camping regularly throughout the year, but I've been either doing stuff or been with friends that don't want to be filmed, so here I am on my own, going out on a solo. Shall we have a go? It's January the 16th. I just finished work yesterday. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon and we need to get going. Right then. I hope I'm centre shot because I can't see using the phone, but there we go. Right, let's get cracking. Right, the last time I was here with Tom, about 5 years ago, there's water gushing all over the side of there. Obviously with the summer that we've had, the dams are pretty low, but I've seen a video recently that said that this one had topped back up, but it doesn't look like it at the minute. It looks like there's some come out, so still some more rainfall needed, but I think we're going to get some of that over the weekend. Right, time to get up these stairs. I'm not looking forward to this. I'll be blowing up my arse, or out my arse by the end of it. Stay tuned. Yeah, I'm unfit. This is probably the first decent walk I've been on since I went for a walk up that edge up there with Gary back in the autumn. Let's see if I can get you that way you're not in the sun. So as you can probably tell, I'm fully loaded, so that means I'm a wild camper. Well, I am tonight, and I am on my own. Been watching a lot of YouTube videos, people like Al, you know, Bushman and Blue. What a fantastic channel. If you've not watched that guy and his dog, you really need to, because he's awesome. Me good pal Paul Messner, who I've not seen for a long time and need to remedy that somehow. Both of them guys have been nominated for some magazine award, so if you're aware of that, give them a vote. And the other guy is more my kind of, well, a bit older than me actually, but a bit more my kind of camper. That's Pat Dickinson. Love your stuff, Pat. Especially this stuff from the shed. Right, well this one is all because of you and your last camp. So, thanks for giving me the kick up the arse watching that one. And hopefully we'll see you at the Ale Festival in Barrowhill. Cheers. You can see where they've been logging because of all the diseased larch on that side. That's why the road's been shut for a while. The sun's behind the hill now, and you can really feel the temperature starting to drop. Yeah, as I was saying, oh, look at my big rucksack. The sun's behind the hill and the temperature's starting to drop. I can feel it already. And just as I'm coming around this bend, I can see the tower of Howden Dam in the distance. I'm going to have a stop there. There's a bench, or there used to be a bench, just up past the dam wall. And I'll have a stop for a bit of water and maybe some trail mix. Plenty of food with me today, but it's lovely and still. Hardly a breath of wind. The lake's like a mill pond. And apologies for the lack of stability on the camera, guys, because I'm filming on my phone for the time being. Yeah. It's quiet, not many folks around. That's what you get with coming out on a Friday afternoon, and most folks are still leaving work. Or in today's case, it's, I think, did they class it as Mad Friday tonight? Any road. Lots will be going out on the lash tonight. I haven't brought any beer with me. Brought a bit of rum though. Can't beat a bit of rum and some nice hot chocolate at bedtime. Okay, I'm waffling. Time to crack on and get these miles under my belt. Cheerio. Danger, thin ice, folks. Right, hope that's come out. That's the only drive-by I'm going to do this week, or this video, to make the most of it. GoPro batteries, shit. I just set the GoPro up. It's not been on since I charged it the other day. Not been on at all. Pulled it out, 18%. What's that about? Oh, get myself in frame. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway. Just on the bit of a pull up to the Howden Dam wall now. So I'm going to turn the camera off before I start breathing out my arse. Oops, too late. Catch you later. Right, halfway, or as near as damn it. Now at the Howden Dam wall. You can probably see just there. Now, I did a video about 5 years ago when me and my son Tom walked up to here one Saturday afternoon in, I think it was March or May time. And lots more people around then. There's very few people around now, and I guess as I get further up the valley I'm going to see less and less, unless there's some mad fools like me out on an overnighter. So I've just come up that bit of a grade from the bridge there. I just wanted to cool down a little bit, let my heart rate recover. I'm not as fit as I used to be, and I know I was never really that fit. So I'm going to get a drink, get some trail mix, maybe a chocky bar down my neck, and just sit here and take it in for 10 minutes. But apart from me rattling away and the faint noise of water at the bottom of the head wall, can't hear a thing. It's great. Catch you in a bit. Right, not far now. We've just reached the bridge at Howden, or the top of the Howden Reservoir. One of the few places you can cross. In fact, I think it's the only place you can cross once you've left the place at the bottom of the hill. It's been a bit tricky the last kilometre because the ground is frozen and there's been a lot of sheet ice on the deck, but I've managed to get by without putting the spikes on. I think when I come back this way in the morning I'll put them on, and then I'll probably be able to take them off once I get to Howden Dam Wall. But we'll see how we go, because we're going to have some rain overnight apparently, or some snow in the morning. We'll see. Any road, I need my wits about me now, because I'm coming to a track junction and it looks a bit icy underfoot. So not far to go, and we'll see you soon. Right, we're here and we're in. I don't know whether that's going to be any good to you. I'll turn that away. Yeah, it's getting frosty. My bum's fairly warm on the bubble mat, but I can feel the cold starting to get to my feet, so I need to do something about that. I graphed this last couple of 100 yards, and the pitch I've selected, it's not particularly good. I was losing light and I'm basically down on the tussock grass, so I'm not sure what kind of night I'm going to be in for. We'll see if the sleep, if the inflatable mat helps smooth that out somewhat. But we're in. It's time to get a brew on and a bit of something to eat. I'll catch you in a bit. Can't beat an MSR whisper light this time of year. Never fails. Almost dropped a clanger though. My 750ml pot is just big enough to fit the pot stand. I never thought about that. That's one to think of. Actually, I think I'm going to get a larger titanium pot, probably a 900 to go with this this stove. I think if I ever have to do melting snow or all like that, then yeah, we're gonna need a bigger pot than a 750. Right, This is me my army wind shirt that I've been wearing on the way up here. I don't know whether you can see in the light, but it is. All the Pertex on the outside is absolutely soaked, and that's all sweat off me. But my base layer is nice and dry, and to be fair, the fleece inside is nice and dry, so the system's working. You can see the moisture. Can you see it? I have to try and get that in the sleeping bag with me and try and get it dried out a little bit later. But it's let's swap you around. Oh, you're there. Yeah, it's right. I think that's better. It's 5 to 5. I've got a pot pasta on the go. It's not hydrating very well. Using some water out of the river, trying to keep me the water I brought from home for drinking, like drinking water. And if I'm making brews and stuff, I'll use the water out of the river. So, initial thoughts on this little escapade. Well, it's been worth it so far. I've got out in the fresh air, been a beautiful day, absolutely stunning, and I'm just starting to feel my legs getting tired towards the end there, especially coming across country towards where I'm pitched up. Gonna need the spikes on in the morning for definite. Spikes and poles at least to Howden Dam, maybe Howden Clough, but definitely in fact it might be past Howden Dam, because there's that bit where the bridge is, which is quite icy, and who knows what it's going to be like in the morning. But yeah, Helm 1, dead easy to put up, and what can I say, it's a one-man tent, so I've got everything in here with me at the minute. The rucksack's back here, in there. Got that out of the way, and I might put a few other bits and bobs in there as well. Where are you there? But right now it's just a case of trying to stay warm, stay dry, and stay sane. No what? Right, I'll fetch you back once I've had my pot pasta. See you later. Yeah, I normally like these, but it was rank. It didn't taste nice at all. So yeah, I decided to take a few nibbles on a beef jerky bar instead. Right then, using a few newish items of gear today. This thing is a recent addition. It's only the Microlite Alpine, I must say. Warmth to weight ratio, it's much warmer than the Kraghopper's compressor light jacket that I had for a couple of years. I've still got it actually. It's still quite a warm jacket, and if I'm like doing anything that involves wet, you know, that kind, where I might be wet or anything like that, I'll use that. But it's not as lofty as it used to be, and it's showing its age. So I thought I'd treat myself. So I've got a Rab duvet, and also the boots. If you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you'll have seen that I bought myself a new pair of boots on eBay. Those that have followed the channel and me for a while will know that I've had lots of trouble with my ankles, to the point where I'd kind of given the go up with doing stuff like this, because they were it just hurt too much. But last year I bought some Iturri patrol boots, which were a godsend really, and they allowed me to get out and do a few more walks, providing me with a lot more ankle stability than sort of like a mid-height fabric boot could. And they're all well and good, but they're a very lightweight boot. They're not very warm, and they're certainly not waterproof. So I decided to take the plunge and spend the princely sum of £69 plus P&P and get myself some of these bad boys. In fact, what I was going to cut to the reverse angle on the camera, but I'll pop a little picture up just about there, shall we? So that you can see what they are. It's the Iturri Cold Wet Weather boot, which is made to the mod specification and gets issued out to the boys and girls in uniform. I have to say, it's bloody cold, and my feet, they're only just starting to get a little bit cold. That's because I've been sat around for a while, and my feet are actually on the grass outside. So they're doing the job. They're dry. They've been warm all day. They're comfortable, and most importantly for me, they're supporting my ankles and allowing me to do this. So all well and good. Obviously, I'm in the Helm one, which is kind of new. Sorry, Jackie. Yeah, so I'm in the Helm one. I've had to buy a new pillow, so I went for the Trekology one, the Aluft, with the removable cover. So that's in the sleeping bag there. I'm in the army sleeping bag again. I think I need to invest in a down bag if I want to do stuff like this regularly. But me and down have a bit of a flaky relationship. I can just about tolerate wearing a duvet jacket, but yeah, it can set me allergies off. So I have to be careful. And if I was to spend a night in a down bag, probably I would know about it in the morning. Anyway, I just thought I'd do a little bit of a piece to camera and keep me informed of what's going on. It's getting very cold. Yeah, I said it was getting very cold. Look at this. On the inside of the fly by the door. Yeah, me stove's out there still. I'll fetch that in a bit. And the lid on the titanium pot was stuck to the floor. It was that cold, so I had to give it a bit of a nudge. Yep, it's cold, but I knew it would be. Oh, I didn't realise you could do that on the fly. Right, I'm off. I'm going to have a lay down. See you in a bit. Right, guys. I just did a piece of camera on this thing, and it's cut out again. Useless. Absolutely useless. So I'm having to use my phone. But what I was saying is I'm actually quite warm. I'm just chilling out. It's nice and comfortable now that I've got the Trekology pumped up and the space blanket on top of it. The space blanket being one of those, I think it's more like a windscreen protector. 2 layers of mylar with a bit of foam, a thin foam or whatever it is, sandwiched between the two. But it seems to be doing the job. It was quite cold to touch once I'd filled it up, because obviously I was using the air from outside, and oh, it was cold when I first pumped it up. But yeah, now that I've laid on the silver mat, wow, I can feel it being reflected right back at me. So there we go. But I expect it to get really cold tonight, so I'm going to have some lunch. Sorry, I'm going to have my evening meal probably about 8 o'clock. And then we'll see what happens. But I've got my hip flask somewhere, so at some point I'll be having a noggin in some hot chocolate. But for now, I'm just going to have 40 winks and just chill for a bit. See you later. Can you hear that sound? We've got precipitation. I don't know what it is yet. I've not had a look outside. Let's have a butcher's. We've got snow. That means I need to get my tea on. Right. Life's inconveniences. The minute it starts putting a little bit of snow down, which is, to be honest, it's stopped now, just probably a bit of stuff blowing in the wind. So I start getting my tea on. And what normally happens at my house, when I'm cooking, it's normally breakfast, I start cooking the breakfast, and just as at the point where I need to start to tend it, because it's nearly done, body says, need to do something. Now that's normally alright, because the wife's in the house most of the time when I'm having breakfast. But out here, well, well, all I can say is at least I'm warm now after all that palaver. Yeah. So, unable to dig a cat hole. Comments below, please. What do you recommend? Right, enough of that. The water that's on there is for my soup, so I'm going to have a cup of soup and chicken fried rice with vegetables. Buy something to eat. Well, I have to say, going for that bloot has certainly warmed me up. I'd have thought I'd be freezing because I've had to take the Softy bottoms off that I was wearing, and obviously expose me my lower half to the elements. But I mean, my feet are toasty warm now, and the boots were quite cold when I put them on. So the food's done. I don't know what it is. I'm never that hungry on these kind of nights. I bring loads of food because I think I'm going to be starving, and I get here and I'm just not hungry. I mean, I've got a bag of something to eat that I'll probably finish off, and that soup. But I've also brought with me like a few other bits and pieces. But pardon me, maybe I'm just full of gas. Or hot air, maybe. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can, when I've, mind you, when I used to exert myself before, like when I was fit, I'd get to, I'd complete an event, and I could never eat for at least 12 hours afterwards. I don't know what it is. Anyway, before this lovely bachelor's tater and leek soup. Nom nom. Before that gets too cold, I'm going to crack on with it. See if I can get this chicken fried rice, this stuff. I've had it before. In fact, the first one of these I ever had was when I went around and did my bike ride around Carsington Water and the High Peak Trail. And it snowed then. Oh well. Yeah. That was a day and a half. What else can I say? Right, I'm going to get my scoff down, mate. I'll see you soon. Right, folks. I'm starting to get used to my new home. It's certainly compact and bijou mosty. But yeah, I've got enough room to do what I need to do. I'm sat on the Trekology 80. I can't remember the name of it, but that uninsulated mat. I'm sat on that, which is on top of one of those cheap Z mats with silver on one side, and I'm only just touching the roof, but I am hunched over a little bit. I think that's what's making me not want to eat, because I'm like, you know, I'm not sat up, and I'm quite bunched up. Not quite in a fetal position, but you know what I mean. Anyway, for my entertainment tonight, I have Big Daddy, and then another film which I can't remember what it is I've downloaded, but I enjoyed. It's not the first time I'll have seen it, but I enjoyed it the last time I saw it, so I'll watch it again. And I can find out what I've done with my... There it is. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. I'll be having a noggin in a bit. Not too much. Because if I wake up in the middle of the night and my back's killing me, I'm going to have to take some painkillers. But just a few nips. Just to warm the cockles, so to speak. Right. I think I'll have another few bites of that meal. Hey folks, well, as is normally the case after I've had something to eat and I lay down, falling asleep. So I'll probably just have a couple of hours and then get up and make myself a drink, get warm, and move around a little just to free me back up. So we'll leave it there for now. Is that any better? Not really. Yeah, quite comfy at the minute, and surprisingly warm. I've not got the softies on, or my snug pack hats, and the duvet jacket is wide open, so I can feel it in my hand, holding the phone and whatnot. So that's I'm just like dropping off. So I thought I'll just say a little piece to camera, then I'm going to get my head down for a bit. Okay. We'll either see you later on or we'll see you in the morning. Good night. Morning. I can honestly say this is the longest time I've ever been in a tent, either on my back or on my side. It's just after 7 on Saturday morning. The sleep I had was broken, but I did sleep, which I didn't think I thought I'd struggle, to be fair, because I'm not an easy sleeper at home. Because of my back and what have you. But I was warm enough. I woke up about 4. I could just start to feel, I think, one of my legs getting cold, so I just readjusted my insulation a tad and put my arms under my armpits, put my buff over my face, and
cinch that silly sleeping hat a bit tighter, and I wriggle my toes a bit, and I seem to warm up. And I think not long after that I dropped off to sleep, and I was woke up by the 7 o'clock alarm. So yeah, I have to edit that bit out. Right, so I need to get out of the tent and perform a bodily function, so to speak, and then I desperately need a brew. I didn't actually get up and make another brew as I intended last night. I sort of got up at 1, went to the toilet, came back inside the tent, and I just wanted to get back inside the sleeping bag and go to sleep, so I had a quick slurp of water. That was that. Anyway, I need the loo. So good morning, everybody. I've survived the night, and now comes the what I always consider to be the hard part, and that's the pack up. But we'll see how we go. We'll see in a bit. Right guys, I had a tiny pitter patter on the tent skin just as I was getting up, and I was hoping it was going to be snow, but it's not. It's a very light rain, so it looks like the weather is warming up faster than I anticipated. I'd expected it to be a cold one, but not wet, which kind of changes things. So I need to be moving fast now, because I don't want to get stuck on this little wet through with the temperature just above 0. So I'm going to get my breakfast down my neck and then start packing away a bit quickish. Okay, we'll catch you in a bit. Morning, just in the middle of breakfast and packing in. It's kind of a parallel activity. I shovel a bit down and then I pack another bag. It has warmed up here, I think at least a couple of degrees. You can probably hear the rain, which is kind of setting in now. It's got to the point where I've had to take my Softy trousers off, and I'm even boiling just with this jumper on, which is just the British Army issue fleece. And all I've got under that is me, I've got a base layer long and a base layer t-shirt, so I've not got long johns on. Just me mountain equipment, sorry, me Berghaus walking trousers. So it's definitely, I mean, I can feel the cold outside, but it's definitely got warmer. The tent's wet through. I was expecting like ice in the tent this morning, and there wasn't any in the tent. Plenty of condensation though. It's like literally the inside skin's soaked, or the inside of the fly. Oh, this wild camping is definitely a young man's game. you need to be fairly limber to and flexible to crawl around in a one-man tent with all your gear and trying to piece it all back together like origami. It's yeah, it's making me ache, and I keep getting cramps when I'm trying to stretch and whatnot. There you go. That's just getting old. Right, crack on. Still got the sleeping bag and the mat to sort out, and various other bits and bobs. I might actually take this off and put the wind shirt back on, because the wind shirt has it's dried a little. It's not completely dry, but that's on its own. That's quite warm. So we'll see how we go. Wild camping, eh? Right, guys, I'm all packed down. As you can see, it's not very nice out. Oh, mixture. Well, it's sleet really. Let me flip you around. Here we go. That's looking down the valley. That's looking up the valley. That's where we were last night. What do we say? Leave no trace. There's a pack.
I need to get moving. It's 9:15. Let's see what time I can get back to the car for. You can just see the bridge down there. This is the River Derwent. Let's look at it. I was about 200 yards up there. I seem to recognise them stones from somewhere, but I can't picture it. I wonder. Right folks, I've reached Howden Clough. I'm not trying to break any speed records or anything like that, just steady away. I've got the wind in my face, and sort of mostly rain, occasional bit of sleet. It's not bad actually. I mean, all I'm wearing is is this Gore-Tex top, this Altoro from Mountain Equipment, and my base layer tops. I'm warm enough while I'm walking, so I just need to keep walking. I'll probably have a stop at the bench, which is in about a k's time, and then have a drink of water, because I'm sure I've not had enough water to drink, but there we go. Anyway, time to get moving. Burning daylight, as we used to say. Take it easy. Okay, it's just gone 10:20 and I'm at Howden Wall. Bit trickier than yesterday underfoot, and I neglected to put the spikes on. Didn't really think I'd need them at the time, and to be fair, I managed. But the rain that's coming down is just hitting the ice that's already there, and obviously freezing. Now I'm down here. There's not so much ice kicking around. Obviously I'm at a much lower level and then I'm up there. Ooh. But carrying that heavy pack's making this fat old lad breathe a little bit, which is what I wanted. I wanted to feel the air in my lungs and coming out my arse. Yeah. But I'm not the only one up here this morning. I can see somebody over the other side. Looks like they're walking a dog just on the headland there. There was a couple with the dog past me. Oh. Just up beyond. I think it was, I'd just gone through the gate at the top of Slippery Stones, as you come away from Slippery Stones, gone through that gate, gone around the clear bit and hit the tree line, and as soon as I was hitting the tree line, there was two guys walking up the other way with a dog. But I've not seen anybody else come up this morning, up this way. The weather's eased a bit. When I was coming down round into the re-entrant there, it was blowing a bit, and it was a horrible, not quite sleety rain. It was really cold on the face, but that's why we do it, innit? Experience the elements. Anyway, I'm waffling. What I would like to do is, I know I've said it before about the inspiration for coming out, but I'd just like to thank people like Paul Mesner, Bushcraft and Blue, Alan Blue there, Pat Dickinson, and lots of other YouTubers that I don't watch as regularly as those guys. Oops, excuse me. Just thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for the inspiration. It's been a long time since I've been out here doing stuff like this, and it might hurt a little bit and it might be uncomfortable, but you know you're alive, and at 55 that's what counts. Being alive. So if I don't speak to the camera before, thanks again everybody. Thanks for sticking with me and not unsubscribing. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and hopefully in the new year you'll see me out and about a lot more. This is Andy Ragg, having an adventure. Thanks. I think he's been pestering me for some trail mix. Good deed for the day done. Came across 3 guys walking along, had a bit of a chat, parted our ways, and then about 500 metres later on the path there was a bobble hat in the middle of the track. So I thought that's got to belong to somebody, because bobble hats don't spontaneously appear in the wild. So I picked it up. It was wet through and it already started freezing to the ice. And stashed it under a strap and started walking. Anyway, not long later, 2 guys came the opposite way, and we had a chat, and I says, oh, if you come across 3 guys and one of them's without an hat, ask them if they've lost one. Anyway, I've just been walking along and I had this shout behind me, and the guy who's lost his hat has come running back for it. So maybe it was a good deed, or maybe not, because obviously I made him run or walk another 500 metres that he might not have had to. Anyway, he just can't leave stuff lying around like that. So there you go, I'm about 500 metres from the damn wall now. See if we can get you in shot. There you go, I just about get it. Oh, it's no fun filming on your phone. Yeah, the conditions underfoot are still quite naughty. Having to be careful where I place my feet. I made the mistake of putting the spikes actually in the rucksack, so I don't want to stop burrowing in the rucksack when it's not that bad, truth be told. And yeah, watch me now. Now I've said that, I'll probably go arse over tit. There we go. Okay, let's get some footage of the dam wall. You can just see it through the trees just there, running along over there to there. Right, time to put the camera away. I'm going to get the dam wall shortly, and maybe I'll do a piece of the camera when I get to the calf for the brew. See you in a bit. Right everyone, I'm safe, I'm back at the car. What an adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll be out again soon. Cheers.